Well, welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. Great to have you along. And, of course, before we get started, big thanks to our partners on board with us. Score Energy Drinks. You can win yourself a case of Score during the course of the show. Don't forget, of course, MChem 24-hour pharmacy on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. And, of course, Thorburn Security Solutions, your one-stop shop for sports events, sports marketing, sports sponsorship, security, waste disposal. That's where you need to go to. Right, folks. Well, it is now. This is what we've been waiting for. Is of course the semi-finals, and then this week it's the finals of Super League A. Jerome Parvater, welcome back.
Yeah, JP, good to be back again, and well done to all the clubs for the Saturday pass. It was great rugby. It was really a great day at City Park.
Yeah, well, I suppose this is what we've been waiting for now. It all came down to this. I mean, you say it's great rugby, but I suppose that's what I wanted to ask you. You guys must be happy with getting to this level where you've got teams that have worked through the season, bounced back after 2 years out of inactivity, and getting you back on the park, and you're happy with the quality.
Yeah, no, it was really good, and I know John Dobson told the players, he was there. He told the players on Tuesday when he announced the team that
the Stormers team.
The Stormers team, yeah. It was surprising for him to see the support in Cape Town. The people still crazy about rugby. He can't wait for their season to start. If you see how the support is for clubs, and he said that he know that the guys will come out and support them. So he said that actually motivate him for their season to start. Yeah. So this is how good it is, that how good the day was on Saturday with all the support and the people there.
Well, we are going to take a look at these semi-finals, folks. CPUT was, of course, up against Mikasa. Strand took on Kyla, St. George's and Hansen Hearts. And then, of course, Helderberg and Belhar, and Durbell UCT, and Falsebay and Marty. So a lot of action for you today. That's pretty much what we're going to do, is just show you the highlights. Let's go now first. CPUT up against Mikasa. This is, of course, City Park Super League C semi-finals, the first one.
The following features brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions. This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, well, there you go. Already the first semi-final out of, well, half-time at least. Jerome, CPUT going 17-0 into the half-time. I suppose this is now where it comes down to. I mean, going through the whole season, playing up and down the log. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the first half was actually a bit one-sided, and I think CPUT could have scored one or two more tries where they just hit the try line, knocked the ball on.
Yeah.
But Mikasa never stopped, so that was good. They were in the game. They couldn't convert into points, but they were playing. And but CPUT was obviously with their forwards, they were all over.
Well, still half time. Let's take a look now, folks. Let's take a look at the second half. CPUT, of course, leading 17-0 against Mikasa in the first half. Semi-finals at City Park there to see who is going to go through to the finals, which is, of course, happening at the Craven Stadium this coming. In fact, no, the Super League C, folks, by the way, is at Van der Stel at 11:30. But let's take a look now at the second half.
The following features brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions. This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, well, there we go. Jerome, CPUT just too strong for Mikasa.
Yeah, but Mikasa came back in the second half, and they 17-0 first half, 22-12. So yeah, they came back. There was also a few opportunities where they could have scored, but I think they just leave it for a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And I think they played a bit into the students' hands by trying to also run and keep it loose. And it's with their big pack of forwards, I think that they would try and play a bit more with their forwards. But obviously, they try to match the students. And but well done to CPUT. I think they deserve to be up there, and they've been climbing this ladder from where they started. So I think it's well done to them.
Yeah, right, folks. Well, also be very happy with the result is CPUT head coach Alistair Tace. We spoke to him after the game.
The following features brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Yeah, we've been together since last year October, you know, and then straight into the Shield, and then we ended the Shield on the Friday, and Saturday we started our league. So yes, the Shield did assist us in that sense with with the guys conditioning, but the big thing for us in the season was player management. Because they're students, we had to manage their study time with their load of training. And with them not having a consistent season since 2019, that was a big focus point for us. Luckily for us, we got that right, building up to today's game. Yeah, look, it was a slow start to the season because it was a long Varsity Shield build-up, and the Varsity Shield took a toll on our players. So managing them at the beginning of the season was big for us. But once we got into our momentum and we got our squad rotation right, we started playing some nice rugby. Though in the second round, Mikasa did beat us, which we didn't take very lightly. So building up to this game, it was also that edge, of coming back for the final.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, so Coach Alistair Tace, of course, coaching at CPUT, happy with the result. They will, of course, now go into the finals against Strand. Folks, we'll take a break. When we come back from the break, we're going to take a look at the highlights, of course, between Strand and Kyla. Back in a sec. Don't go away. Right, welcome back, everybody. You're watching Cape Rugby TV. Nice to have you along. Jerome, it's been now, it's an interesting season so far, but I suppose for all clubs, this is what it comes down to. The games we played, and not everything's the same as the first rounds. You get it closer and closer. It all, like you guys said, it all comes down to making the small details work.
Yeah, and look, if you see like the teams that's up there and the teams who played on the day, that was basically throughout the season the teams that performed. But you can also see how the trend of the season went. The teams that start to win and the teams that won the semi-finals. So it's almost like a true reflection of the season.
Yeah. Right, folks, Strand was up against Kyla, of course, the second of the semi-finals in Super League C.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions. This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
All right, folks, so Strand leading then 10-0 against Kyla. Jerome, looking at that clip, I'm just seeing some serious running rugby.
Yeah, that was from the start till the end, was just running rugby, good rugby, and like Strand play, once that ball go wide, they'll score. You see the 2 tries that they score here in the first half.
Yeah.
But Kyla, bad luck, couple of occasions also to score. So I mean that's why the score was 10-0 at halftime. But just running rugby from both sides.
Yeah, right. Well, let's take a look at some more running rugby then. Second half, of course, of the semi-finals in Super League C, Strand, Kyla.
The following features brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy and Thorburn Security Solutions. This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, so Strand walking away then 27 points to 21 over Kyla, and of course making it into the final then up against CPUT. Jerome, wow, going down to the wire.
Yeah, good comeback from Kyla. I mean, 21 points in the second half. I think if there was 2 more minutes in the game, we could have seen a tie, maybe extra time. But great comeback from Kyla. And I think in this type of games like finals and semi-finals, your kicker must also be spot on, or at least slot a few kicks. But that's the difference between the Kyla kicker was good on the day. He slotted all the conversions basically, where Strand missed out on a few. So yeah, but great game. I think the crowd loved it, everybody loved it. The comeback was good. So
well, just for me, just looking at the footage, it just looks like, you know, good rugby. I think it's looking like, it looks like proper good rugby, and I think it's really exciting for the fans. I mean, 5,000 odd fans, of course, at City Park as well. What more can you want from club rugby? I mean, can't wait to see what it's going to look like this week. Folks, we spoke, of course, to Strand head coach Ali Harris.
The following features brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Ja, ek dink toe jy vroeër in die jare by ons op die oefenveld kom dry het ek jou gesê ons gaan deur, wil ons het regtig spesiaal maak. Ons het vorige coach verloor weens COVID en so aan te. Alles het alright gegaan. In feite het brilliant gegaan. Ons oefeninge het goed afgeloop. Ons het conditioning gedoen. Ek dink jy het op baie gehamer dat ons conditioning moet doen. En die fitness van die ouens is daar. Die groep het baie verander hier. Ons het 'n lekker solid groep gehad waarmee ons gewerk het die hele jaar. 13 uit 14 games in die league gewen. Jy kan nie vir beter gevra het nie. Vandag was maar net die cherry op die koek gewees. Bietjie nerve-wracking, maar ek dink Kyla het gekom. Ons het verwag hulle gaan kom. 'n gemeenskapspan is altyd moeilik om met sulke ouens te speel. Nietemin vir Ivan Jacobs wil ek ook sê baie geluk met sy span. Maar ons het die enetjie nodig gehad. Dit sou baie hartverskeurende gewees het as die ene kon deurtrekkie. Ja, okay, ons almal kom met die Helderberg kom met hier's nog spanne hierso. En ek dink ons vir die eerste keer in 'n lang tyd waar ons nou regtig mekaar support. Ek weet nie wat die result is daar by Mikasa nie, maar nietemin ek wil nog skree vir die ander spanne wat nog kom. Die Helderberg kom is gesond. Ek dink die hele Weskaap moet kennis neem nou daarvan. Ons het altyd gesê ons het talent daar, so ons miskien nie altyd die size nie. Ons het nie altyd die size nie. Ek weet nie vir een of ander rede het ons net nie die size nie, maar karakter het ons gewys vandag.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
All right, congratulations, Ali Harris. Of course, head coach at Strand. Strand has been doing really well in the log this entire year. Folks, we'll take a break. When we come back from the break, St. George's up against Hansen Hearts. Welcome back, everybody. If you've just joined us, you're together with myself and Jerome Parvater. We're talking about the semi-finals. It was, of course, at City Park this past weekend. Jerome, we touched on it just beforehand there. This time of the year, the fans are out there. Interesting scenario because you've got so many different teams playing at the same field on the day.
Yeah, and I must say, JP, that's why our club rugby is so good. If you look at all the other clubs, clubs who didn't play, you could see their support to teams also. So it's not only that just if St. George's play, it's St. George's people. There's people from Elsies, from Bellville, from Kales River, wherever. All the club, the whole club community is at that game. So that's so good to come and encourage the guys and to support. So that is really good. I mean, the gears on the day was so good, and spot on. The people were just having fun, having a great day, and the rugby was good, so it was just a good day.
Hansen Hearts were up against St. George's, also challenging for that semi-final berth. Here's the first half.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Start by Hansen Hearts. Comes out. Bailey under pressure there. Has to be made. Fixed here. Patrick van Wyk does well.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, there we go, folks. Got a little bit caught up there. Jerome, St. George's, Hansen Hearts, it just looks like one level up now. Like the ball's moving a little bit faster. There's a lot of organization here.
Yeah, there is, and also what these teams were doing, it's like a typical semi-finals. They didn't take chances. Where in the previous games, sometimes the guys will quick tap and go. Where these guys were kicking for poles, which was good, and the kickers were good also on the day.
Yeah.
So, but the two teams pretty similar, and I mean St. George's leading at half time, and Hansen Hearts was really in the game. So
we
pretty even.
always knew these two were very equal. They were both through the whole season. They were really chasing each other. The log points were so small, but it was at no stage in the season were we able to say the one is stronger than the other.
Yeah, I also must say the Hansen arts, the backline, the rhythm was a bit break a bit when the center, the 13 Crew, I think.
Yeah.
When he went off, you can see there's a little bit of a disruption because it was, I think, it was in the first half year when he went off. But good rugby from both sides.
No, I'm loving it. I think it's great rugby. Yeah. Let's take a look now, folks. Final, at least the second half, St. George's against Hansen Arts.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy and Thorburn Security Solutions. This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Well, congratulations then to St. George's going in then into the final, into next, or at least the final is coming this week. Jerome, 18-13, St. George's.
Yeah, again, like that was the trend of the day, JP. Like the scores were, it is basically one score or penalty away from winning. Any team can win. And I mean, well done to Hansen Arts for keeping St. George's away from getting points in the second half.
Yeah, that was where I was thinking.
18 first half, and they couldn't, and then Hansen Arts came back, and yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't. It was a little bit too late, but like I say, that was the day. It was all the games were like that.
Right, folks. Well, yeah, congratulations, St. George's. They'll be looking forward, of course, to this coming weekend, but we'll tell you who they're up against after we take a look at their full time between Helderberg and Belhar. But we'll take a look at that in the next segment. Folks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy is, of course, the official pharmacy to Western Province Rugby, DHL Stormers, DHL Western Province Rugby. Just down the road on the corner of N1 and Durbell Road. In fact, very close to the High Performance Centre. Now, the Stormers are, of course, up against Connaught this weekend, so they get the ball rolling now, finally. But, folks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, official pharmacy to Western Province Rugby. And, of course, this means that the players, they can get their prescriptions, but also their sports nutrition supplements that if the guys want to get supplements, well, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy has got a fantastic range for you. They've got great prices. They've, of course, got a lot of experts there as well with multiple brands. So MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy is the pharmacy that you want to go to if there's anything that you need. And as I said, being rugby players and well, we know that you use lots of products like, for example, proteins and carbohydrates and meal replacements and recovery products. Well, MChem Sports Nutrition upstairs is the zone for you to go to. Go and speak to one of the experts there. I love going to MChem. They've got everything I need and always there for me. Always there for you. Folks, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking club rugby. Don't go away. Back in a sec. You're watching Cape Rugby TV. You're on Cape Town TV, DSTV channel 263. It's that time of the year where the entire season comes down to these few days. Everybody's been working really hard. Jerome, this is the highlight moment for everybody. This is what it comes down to. And I suppose it's also more unique because all of the semi-finals were played at the same venue on the same day, neutral ground as well. It changes the feeling of playing outside of your club space because now it makes it like an event.
Yeah, and I must say it's actually quite good because there's no home advantage. There's no. I mean, a lot of these teams, they don't play at City Park, so it evens the games up.
But do you think it makes it feel like it's not just another Saturday? It's not just another game. You're actually going somewhere to like get it on.
Yeah, I think it was good. I think so you could see how the rugby community, everybody was together. So if there was games in Strand, it wouldn't have the same sort of effect. And if there was a game in Constantia or wherever, you wouldn't have get that vibe. And it's also like, I mean, for us, for the fans, you can't go to all these games. So it was good to have all these games. Then you can sit and watch all these games. If you sit properly, like where I sat, like I could see both teams on the A field and the B team. So that was good. And just sitting in the crowd and the chirp of the people and just to be there.
Always fantastic.
Yeah.
Folks, well, Super League B, we always knew was, or we've quite often said it's probably the toughest league. Helderberg up against Belhar. Let's take a look at the first half.
The following features brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Number 4, Mikasa. Still Belhar, pick up and drive now. Not gaining a lot of ground, but they still have the ball as Belhar.
Can I use it?
And up. Is he? Yeah.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Jerome, Helderberg, Belhar, your thoughts first half?
First half was really one-sided, JPN, especially on defence. Belhar was nowhere. I think that fullback of Helderberg scored 3 tries in the first half.
The scoreboard doesn't look like that though. Helderberg 24, Belhar 17. If you look at it on paper, the numbers are there.
Yeah, but if you, it's exactly what you say, because Belhar only later in the second half came back and played. But that first, I'd say, 30 minutes was just Helderberg on the field, and then they got 2 tries late
Yeah.
in towards the end of the
'Cause
first half.
in the second, I mean, in this first half, there's only a 1 try and a conversion
Yeah.
difference between the 2 teams.
But I promise you, it is as you say. But if you like, I mean, I've been there the whole day.
Yeah.
If you look at the game, you could see it was pretty one-sided.
Well, I'm going to say that Belhar is still in it. Belhar is still in it, and they can still bounce back. But let's take a look at the second half and see. Does Belhar bounce back?
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Well, score advantage. Kick off. Nice hanging kick. That's Adams. Beats 1. Shrugs off another. Still Belhar. Pops it off to Adams. Spots up gap. Looks for support. He gets it. That man bunting. Scored the last round and then flopped on though. That looks like a good one. Yep, buddy. There's a sideline. Can they find their jumpers? Yes, they do. Here's blue time though. It's an English advantage to Belhar. Ball comes back.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
When it comes to this level, you can't make mistakes.
No, you can't, JP. And the most important thing is obviously your defense. You can't let once after every second or third phase, if the ball go wide, it's a try. So, yeah, so it was bad of Belhar on the day, but I mean Helderberg the whole season was on form.
Folks, we spoke to Helderberg head coach Chris Extian after the game.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Ja nee, verseker, en dit was een van die beste seisoene, 15 en 15 nou, dit is ons sê ons gaan wel 16 en 16 en ons nog een mountain peak oor vir Durbell, so dit is ons mission en vandag het ons uiteindelik ons pursuit of happiness gevind om so braaf te kan gaan en dit was ons doel van verlede jaar af. Ek moet nog sê dit het nogal nie so swaar gewees nie. Ons het 'n groep van 35 gemaak. Ons het op 'n kamp gegaan. Die ouens het vir mekaar gespeel. Dit is soos 'n groot familie. Die broers is by mekaar en dis great. Dis wat ek like. Yes, ons het gesê die eerste 20 minute is ontsettend belangrik. Die span met die eerste 20 minute die druk kan hanteer, die druk kan doen en punte verander, gaan die game verseker wen en dit het ons gedoen.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, so head coach Chris Extian, of course, from Helderberg, and they, as he said, climbing big peaks. Right, folks, well, of course, as you know, Score Energy Drinks is on board with Western Province Club Rugby, and the Score Western Province Club Rugby Sevens, which, by the way, I believe is about to get started. The clubs are going to, well, we'll find out more about that in the next couple of days. But the Score Western Province Club Rugby Sevens does look like it's back on the cards. Now, every week we give you an opportunity to go onto our Facebook page and do the Spot the Ball competition. And this week I'm going to again ask Jerome if he'd like to give it a shot. Jerome, so standard procedure, yeah, you have there option A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. If you would like to say to me, where do you think the ball is? Yeah, so it is tricky.
It is tricky. Yeah.
It is tricky, but
tricky.
all right. Those are your
I
options.
would say. I'm gonna go for B2.
Are you final answer? All right, Joe Rum's going with B2. I'm going to go with B1 on this one, and both of us wrong. It's an A1. Congratulations then to last week's winner, Damon Lynette. Damon, we'll get in touch with you on Facebook. Jerome, your guess is I'm always wrong. Whatever you do, don't follow me on that one. But congratulations, Damon Lynette. Damon, we'll get in touch with you on Facebook, and you can come and collect your case of Score energy drinks. Folks, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the final matches. These are, of course, at the semi-finals. We're going to take a look at Durbell up against UCT and, of course, False Bay up against Marty's. Back in a sec. Don't go away. Right, folks, so this is what it came down to. Of course, the semi-finals. We now head into the finals this weekend. The last games for us to take a look at were the matches between Durbell and UCT, False Bay, and, of course, Marty's. Jerome, Durbell took on UCT this past weekend. We're going to take a look at the footage in a second. But they're, of course, the reigning champions. This is a big game. I mean, this is one of those games that I would have almost said is the clash of the weekend. I mean, I know False Bay and Marty's are there, but UCT's had a cracker of a varsity cup, and Durbell are still the reigning champions from 2019. I mean, is it fair to say that this would have been the big clash of the weekend?
Yeah, I would say, but well done to Durbell. I mean, you could see that they did their homework, JP, because it's the first time that UCT this whole season never scored one try.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights first. Let's first take a look at the highlights. We'll see.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
And viewing gets us underway. First kick off. Good kick. Okay. Outfielded by. Fantastic tackle by Mikasa. Raise again. Near head. Long pass on, dangerous man. Liberty Chivanga. Good tackle on it by Roderick Moses. Top of the number. Low. Cloud Smith.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
So, like you said, UCT didn't get any points on the board. Well, they got points on the board, but no tries.
Yeah, so like I say, it's the first time this year. I mean, UCT, their scores are always big and always score. They always get their bonus points.
Yeah.
Score 4 or 5 tries, so they couldn't. So they like I say, Durbell did their homework, and they basically staff the students from ball. Because they just keep the ball with their forwards, hold on to the ball, and they use the wind properly. by playing them in their half. So yeah, they were spot on with how they analyze the students.
I kind of get the feeling that Durbell started slowly in the year, like sort of quietly, and then they just got stronger and stronger.
Yeah, they really, because they look, a few guys left from the previous seasons, so they have to build, and again, well done, because they kept the guys, and
Yeah.
good for them. Also, they had a few injuries, but most of the team were there, and UCT did well. They tried. It's not that they didn't try, but it was just great defense from Durbell.
We managed to catch up with Durbell head coach Warren Peterson.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Ja, nee, ons is baie gelukkig, ons is happy om weer rugby te speel, soos jy reg gesê het. 2 jaar sonder rugby. Daar is natuurlik ander goedjies wat ons nou noodsaaklik is met dit. Beserings wat inkom omdat jy ons lanklaas rugby gespeel het. Maar as jy 'n dag soos vandag is, jy kom in, hier's 5000 plus mense by City Park, ja, wonderlik. Ja, ons het 3 weke gehad wat ons kon geprep het vir dit. Bietjie lank, dit kon gesien het vandag. Die ouens was 'n bietjie verroes geweest, maar ons het 'n plan aan die begin van die seisoen gehad en ons het gestiek by die plan. So ja, dit was great geweest, great voorbereiding. Kyk, die verloor, ons onthou hom nog, het seer gemaak. Ons het met 2 punte in die liga verloor teen Valsbaai, maar soos jy gesê het nou, finaal enigiets kan gaan in die finaal. Ons is nog onseker wanneer die finaal is. Hopelik is die 24ste. Maar ja, finaal enigiets kan gebeur in die finaal. Sien uit om teen Valsbaai te speel.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Durbell head coach Warren Peterson, of course, chatting to us there after the game. Falls Bay were up against Marties. This was another cracker game. Of course, everybody aiming to get to the finals of the Club Rugby League, which is now played out over the last few months. Let's take a look. Highlights. False Bay, Marties.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy and Thorburn Security Solutions.
The channel, the other link on the channel, it is Nike Tigers. They're playing against Durbell as well. Sorry, Hansen now. It's a good work there. Always nice to get it.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, folks, there we go. 2 of South Africa's best clubs. False Bay and Marties, 38-21. Jerome, that says it all. 2 of South Africa's top clubs.
Yeah, no, that was a good game, and you could see it was a lot based around the forwards. I mean, the Falsby was scrumming well. Marty's, you see, they 2 maul tries that they scored. They were mauling better than Falsby, but it was a lot around the forwards. But very, 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 very structured in the way they want to play. But at the end, like you could see, it's like real men almost against boys, and they just.
Marty's a very young outfit in the on the park.
Yeah.
Well, every team has to go through these changes. We spoke to head coach for Falsby, John van der Walt, after the game.
The following feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Yeah, Renzo, it's a huge club effort, it's a huge squad effort, and it's a massive team effort from the managers and the coaches right up to the players, and yeah, we're just super chuffed and happy. Yeah? It was 4 weeks, Renzo. It was a long 4 weeks. It basically almost felt like a pre-season once again. So we felt a little bit undercooked, but we knew that we were fresh, and we knew that Marty's again. You don't just come and beat the students ever. So yeah. It's going to be big, probably bigger for Durbell than it will be for us, because we managed to get one over them in the league, and they have knocked us out in the semi-final format before. So it's going to be a big game for us. But we're most certainly going to enjoy today, and we're going to join this evening, and then we're going to rest up, and hopefully we'll basically start to move and shift our focus towards Durbell. Yeah.
This feature was brought to you by MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks, and Thorburn Security Solutions.
Right, folks, well, it's all happening then this weekend, the finals of the Super League A, B, and C structures. Just those times again, of course, reminder that the Stormers are playing at 2:30 on Saturday at the Craven Stadium. St. George's up against Helderberg at 5 p.m. Falsby take on Durbell in the evening at 7 p.m. Just before we go, folks, big thanks to Supreme Scaffolding for helping us out with scaffolding on the side of the field. We always appreciate all the service providers that can help us to get the footage to bring you the club rugby action. So Stefan from Supreme Scaffolding, thank you very much. And of course, Fernando Favia for the footage again, for joining us on Saturday and helping us with the footage. Jerome, we'll leave it at that, and we'll see you again. Well, we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, looking forward for great rugby again, and I mean it's finals rugby. Normally you don't see great rugby, but I think with our club rugby, guys, they just enjoy them and play the game, and I think also be good, because I think there's going to be a lot of people at the Craven Stadium.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people in Stellenbosch this weekend. There's going to be a lot of rugby in Stellenbosch. So you can go watch rugby first at Van der Stel and then drive over to... So Stellenbosch is the heart and soul of rugby this coming weekend. Have a fantastic rugby weekend, John.
Thanks, JP.
There we go, folks. That's a wrap from us. A lot of rugby then, as we said. It's all happening this weekend. Come and join us. We'll see you on Saturday. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.